Hello everyone, welcome back to another video with On Point Politics, and today I want to go over the election model really quick, but as well as more information regarding certain things that are coming up now that we are getting close to 30k subscribers. Make sure to hit the like button and to subscribe if you want more content just like this. So it is very apparent that everybody that's been around, I predicted that Trump would beat Biden in an electoral college landslide, and since he dropped out of the race, I technically take it as that I was correct, because if they were really gonna have a close race, they would have not kicked Biden off the ballot like that. And even his internals had results pretty similar to what I basically had happening. I think Minnesota and Maine were the only states going blue in their internals. I had those going red in my forecast, which maybe I could have gotten those wrong, who knows, or maybe they had them wrong. But either way, right now, the internals for Harris actually have Trump winning the popular vote by about 2 points, which is pretty interesting. So Rasmussen's possibly 3 to 5 point victory may be accurate, but I do tend to go off of the national aggregate in my model, and I use the difference of their approval ratings in the RCP aggregate. And as of right now, it seems like Harris would actually outperform the polling data by about 0.9%, which I don't think she's going to be underestimated in polling data. I think I am underestimating Trump here quite a bit actually. I use approval rating differences to track, how the candidates are doing. I use these approval ratings from civics.com. They're not perfect, but they are more accurate than any state poll you'll find out there. Looking at 2016 and 2020 results, looking at the trends and the estimated trends in each direction for each of these states. And then you have the second part of the model down here, which has error correctors from 2020. And this is what we get for the map up here, with Donald Trump still winning the electoral college, but he is now down in Michigan by 0.35%. So that is very fascinating. It actually runs out to about 0.4% in the forecast. He's up in Pennsylvania by 1.9, up in Wisconsin by 1.4, which would make sense because African American voters, I do have them shifting to the right, or at least that's what I think is going to happen, and that's even reflected in a lot of polling data. And so I do actually think that that may possibly shift a state like Wisconsin a little bit to the left of Pennsylvania per se. But with the white suburban vote, that'll probably affect states like Michigan and Wisconsin quite a bit. I think that Trump is going to underperform in some of those, wow counties. Michigan, he may underperform in suburban exurb areas outside of Detroit. Pennsylvania has had a lot of net registration advantages for Republicans, so I do find it pretty hard for them to lose there. Trump is winning Georgia by 1.1%, winning North Carolina by 2.5%, Arizona by 2.3%, and Nevada by 2.2%. So Nevada actually goes blue in the forecast before Arizona does. So it would be Nevada and Georgia, and then North Carolina, Wisconsin, and Arizona would be the states remaining in the forecast going for Trump, and Pennsylvania, which would still be a Trump electoral college victory. So Harris would still have to pick up Arizona, Pennsylvania, or North Carolina, or a Wisconsin, and we'll see how well that ends up playing out. Either way, Wisconsin would probably be the state to flip first. Colorado, 14-point win. Oregon, 15 points. Washington, 17 points. So Colorado actually shifts to the left from 2020. New Mexico, the gap gets closed a bit. Still shifts 4 points to the right, so it is trending to the right quite a bit. Minnesota does move 2 points to the left, as well as New Hampshire moving about a point, and Maine at large move a tiny bit. New Hampshire, or New Jersey, and Delaware do move to the left. Connecticut and Delaware, those kind of states kind of stay in that column for the most part. Virginia is about a 9-point victory. California about a 25-point win. In Hawaii around 21 points. And Alaska is almost the same margin as 2020. So we see Iowa and Ohio are about 12-point victories. So they do shift to the right by 4 points. So they do now trend a point Republican in the forecast. We see Harris is winning the popular vote by about 1.7% when you calculate all of the margins in the states. That's basically what you end up getting in the forecast. So that is pretty interesting. Now, do I think Harris is going to win the popular vote by 2? Definitely not. I think she's probably going to lose the popular vote by 1 or 2. But I like having this election model because it kind of gets rid of a lot of the bias that I may personally have. And even let's say Michigan ends up going red and the actual result's 312 to 226. Either way, when I do my official prediction, it's not going to be solely based off the model. It's going to be based off of, my own analysis personally personally, and kind of using this model as a guide and looking at, mail-in returns and early vote data and things like that, and looking at the final polls and kind of having discussions with Gold Crown Politics and SoCal Strategy. So this is not going to be, I'm not using my model to make a final forecast before the election day. I'm merely just using this as a guide as we approach the election to kind of really help give everybody a good understanding and use something that is going to be able to eliminate a lot of my bias, or at least a decent amount of it. And so, yep, that's basically it for this. I mean, now Harris is ahead in Michigan, which in my personal opinion, I think Trump's ahead in Michigan by probably 2 to 3 points, but the model does have Michigan going blue, with Georgia supposed to be the next in line to flip. So that is really interesting. So then that would bring the race down. Nevada would flip, and Arizona does give Harris the presidency with the state of Nevada. So that is quite fascinating there. And we clearly see right now Donald Trump is still favored, but he is now below the 300 vote threshold in the Electoral College. Now, for the other announcements. So we do have this fundraiser that you will see for in the link in the description down below. We do have a On Point and Ready Go Politics, GoFundMe to help SoCal Strategies, the pollster that we work with that I've talked about before on the channel, and they are putting out, they're really putting in the work to get their methodology on point. They're basically going to have their methodology mirror actual pollsters now. So the samples that we have are more accurate and all of that. We actually have, voter registration data that'll kind of help us, accurately track results more than, just a simply online pollster. So that is going to be very, very, good for this. And Ready Go Politics is going to help out. And we are going to go in the field in Pennsylvania in about a week or so. And when we do finish the poll, we are actually going to have, SoCal Strategies break down the numbers on the channel, and me and Ready Go Politics. And yes, Ready Go is coming on to the channel for this video. We are going to be breaking down the poll and looking at it demographically and how Trump would perform in the state at large. And we're going to be playing around with the election shuffler. And we'll probably do that for other polls that essentially come out. So if you guys want to see content like this, make sure to go ahead and donate, because we do have to, all polling, the polling industry does have to be funded. They do cost money to, conduct, and we're not backed by any big money. So if you guys would be able to donate, I would greatly appreciate it. The second thing is a subscriber decided election. So I have this Google form ready, 2024 general election, On Point Politics, 30K subs, subscriber decided election. So for the 30K subs, essentially, we will have it to where basically everybody answers, okay, who they would vote for on the national level. We also see here, how likely you are to vote. I'm just going to have this here to kind of track. And we also have what party you're affiliated with, sex and gender. You have the age range, ethnicity, education status, income bracket, and then you also have which U.S. state do you currently reside in. And then depending on the one you click, you actually end up getting a separate file for all of the different states that you could be from. So if you're from Mississippi, or let's say, for example, you're from the state of California, you would click, okay, I'm from California, and then you would just have to fill this one out, and then that's literally it. So if you guys could fill this out in the description down below, I am going to do a video solely based on these results. And now that we're at 30K subscribers, I'll probably be able to get a decent sample size for this. And this is not meant to be an official poll that's professionally conducted. This is merely, I'm going to try to get as many responses as humanly possible for this. And then I'm going to make a video solely based off of the results from this form. So it'll be pretty interesting to see how that goes. And I want you guys to share it with everybody, because clearly I am probably going to have a more biased, I do have a lot more Republicans that watch the channel. So obviously I don't want to have this lopsided election. So I am going to try to promote it for other people to post to see how that goes. So that'll be pretty interesting. And so at this point, the last thing I have to mention is Manny Sid for Miami-Dade mayor. So this is Manny Sid. He's the mayor of Miami Lakes, and he's running for, Miami-Dade mayor in the county, county-wide race as of right now. He's currently running. There is early voting going on, and the election is on August 20th. So if you guys are in Miami-Dade County, I'm sure a couple of you are. If you guys are there, make sure to go out and vote for him. He's done a good job in Miami Lakes. I've met him personally. I met him through a family friend. and we've talked, a decent amount about the issues and stuff, and he seems to be on a pretty good track to really help out the county right now. We're struggling with, association fees going up, and a lot of people are moving up north, and so he's going to try to provide, these common sense solutions for the county as a whole. And so I'm very excited to see what happens. I will be monitoring the results. We are going to have a stream for that. So guys, make sure to go ahead and vote for Manny Sid for Miami-Dade County Mayor. I'm trying my best to help him out as humanly possible. I do actually have an unofficial ad I have created for him and everything. So I think if I go over here, you'll actually see it. It is down here. So this is the official ad that I have made for him. Guys, make sure to share this with everybody that you know. We need him to get elected as mayor of Miami-Dade. So that is pretty much it for this video, guys. If you guys did enjoy, please make sure to hit the like button and to subscribe if you want more content just like this. And I will see you guys in the next video.